Well, this is the best I can do to bring you Frank James. Here he is, live from the state of DC. You guys know where DC? I got you now. Hi.
Good.
How you doing? Hey. What you got to say to people in this crazy thing we're going through in the world?
Do not listen to President Trump first. Don't listen to him because he's giving you some really bad advice. So don't do that. I suggest that you listen to the doctors and scientists who know what they're talking about. As for our president, I'm not too sure. So
exactly.
They say and watch. Just be safe.
Be safe.
Just do that.
Be
safe. Yeah.
You know, Frank, they said on the news last night that the masks we're wearing, like handkerchiefs, etc., they cover up 17% of the virus. That leaves us a little bit out there, doesn't it?
Well, yes, ma'am, it does. But having a mask and wearing one is better than not having a mask, period. So it does help.
Yes.
I fear, though, that there will be a second wave, and that second wave will probably occur this fall, right around, election time, and God knows, I don't know how we're going to deal with that. So,
yes.
Just saying.
Tell us.
Yeah,
sorry. Tell us about you. Where were you born, raised? How many times did you get sent to the principal?
Okay, let's see. I was born in Columbia, South Carolina, so I'm a country boy. I stayed there most of my life. I went to undergrad in South Carolina, a place called South Carolina State College in Orangeburg. I'm a bulldog. After college, I actually went to law school. Graduated. I actually practiced for about 6-7 years in South Carolina before I moved up here to the Washington, D.C. area to work for the federal government.
Nice.
So, yeah, I worked there for about 30 years, and now I'm retired. And now I get to do what I really want in life, and that is to be an actor and stand-up comedian. And, have some fun in life.
What do you enjoy? Do you enjoy the acting or being on stage? I mean, being on a comedian. Which do you like best?
People always ask me that, and I have to admit, I love acting. I do. It's in me. I love it. I love acting. As for stand-up comedy, for me, it's like therapy. Stand-up comedy is a drug because once you're on stage and you tell a joke and the audience gives you back that laughter, you kind of feed on that, right? It's like drugs. It really is. The laughter of the audience is like drugs. It's a good release. And I get to give my warped view of the world in front of an audience, and hopefully it makes them laugh.
Yes.
But acting, believe me, acting is my joy in life, and so to speak.
So,
other than my family, of course.
What got you into acting?
Well, when I was in college, my minor was drama, and I was what we call a Henderson Davis player while I was at South Carolina State College in Orangeburg. So I did a lot of stage plays, and I got the acting buzz from that. However, while I was doing that, my major was political science. I also went to law school. I kind of dropped from acting, and I actually started back acting on an open casting call for the movie Forrest Gump.
What?
Believe it or not. Sorry?
I said, what?
Yeah, I did some background for Forrest Gump. As a matter of fact, there's this great scene where Tom Hanks is giving a speech about the Vietnam War, and he was at the reflecting pool in downtown D.C. And he's giving this speech, and he sees his girlfriend, Jenny. He yells, "Jenny! Jenny!" And he runs off the stage and runs through this crowd heading to the reflecting pool to get this girlfriend, Jenny. And when he stops in the crowd, he stops right by me, and I get this great 3-second scene of my face with Tom Hanks. And it was a really fun day, but it was extremely cold. It was one of the coldest days in D.C. at the time. So,
my goodness.
So, yeah. Can I say something about this scene to show you how far filming has come? Because in this scene, again, at the reflecting pool, and Tom Hanks is giving this speech as Forrest Gump. And if you look out into the reflecting pool, it seems like it's about 20,000 people standing around the reflecting pool watching him give this speech. And actually, it was only 200 people, 200 extras all over there. And what they would do is they put us in one section of the reflecting pool, and they film that. And the director says, "Cut, okay, everybody, move back." And you move back to another section, you film that. Okay, cut, move back. And we did that all day.
What?
All day. 200 people from doing that turned out to be about 20,000 once they edited the film, which I thought was pretty cool.
They should have used rabbits, and then they could have called it a receding hairline. It's the best I can do for you. Get what you pay for, Frank. Hey, so tell me about your favorite movie or your favorite role.
My favorite movie. Okay, when we say my favorite movie that I was actually in,
yeah,
or just my favorite movie that I like. Okay, well, it's gonna be kind of hard
because you were in a Broken Exchange, Unlocked, Murder in the Family, and Bulletproof, Copycat Killers.
Oh yes, see, it's kind of hard. The only thing I can say right now would be the most recent movie we did, and that was Wonder Woman 2.
What?
But it hasn't come out. Yeah, so I can't actually give you a lot of details. The only thing I can say is it's an outstanding movie. I had some good background scenes in that, and I enjoyed working on this film. I really did, but I'll leave it at that.
I can't wait. I'll be watching it. Guess who went to my high school?
I don't know who.
Bionic Woman.
Really?
Lindsay Wagner.
Linda Carter?
Lindsay.
Oh, Lindsay, yes, right.
She went there for one year in Portland, Oregon. The rest, she was down in California.
Oh, really? Get out.
Sam Elliott did too. But he was older. So
okay.
old.
I take it you're at home yourself. Am I correct, Linda?
What?
I take it you're at home yourself.
Yes. I'm at home alone.
Wow.
You don't want to leave me to my own devices.
We're on total shutdown where we are, so welcome to the club.
Yes.
I've been watching some TV. As a matter of fact, I watched a couple of episodes of this new TV series on the Travel Channel, hosted by Freddy Krueger.
Wow.
Called, anyway, it's on the Travel Channel. And I was on an episode last Wednesday as a grave digger.
What?
That was kind of cool. Yeah.
A grave digger? That's...
Yeah, I call it grave digger. The name of the series called True Terror. hosted by Robert Englund, who is AKA Freddy Krueger. So he tells these stories, horror stories, that are actually real from newspaper articles back in the 1800s. So I did 2 episodes. One, I was actually a freed slave from the 1800s. It's a great scene where, plot where this actual person was actually burying people alive for money. You should see the episode. It's on demand now, I'm sure. And last Wednesday's episode, again, I was a grave digger, and we were cutting up and hacking up bodies. That was a lot of fun.
Wow.
A lot of fun.
You know, I came from Harvey's Comedy Club in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
They let me do all these interviews there, et cetera, teach classes. And Harvey's was just on the Travel Channel for the Shanghai tunnels that are underneath the city of Portland, where they used to get rid of people they didn't like back in the 1800s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Anybody they didn't like, Chinese, alcoholics, you name, everybody, they just flush them out to the river.
Wow.
Great town.
Man.
Great town to be from. Rich history.
So, let me ask you a question, Linda.
Yeah.
What do you think about our president and his handling of the coronavirus? What do you think? Think he's doing a good job?
Well, here's my opinion. I couldn't stand him. I didn't vote for him.
All right.
I can't get past the fact that he's orally fixated in at least one way. And I don't want to hear, if I want to hear somebody talk endlessly, I got a mirror in the bathroom. I can do it. Jeez. And he's like got the worst English, and I can't even follow. He goes off on tangents. I do this. I don't need somebody else in the White House doing it. And I barely could stand him when he was on The Apprentice.
Oh, yeah.
But I got to say, I'm falling in love with the way that he's handling the press. At least he's standing, like Joan Rivers couldn't have done better standing up to the press than Donald Trump's doing. I mean, he's standing up. He's unapologetic. I don't know. You got to give it to him for that. And I don't know where we'd be if we had some wimp in the office right now. I mean, I can't say where we'd be. At least he's not a wimp.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know that I would vote for him, but I don't know that we should switch presidents right now either.
Oh, wow. Really?
I don't know.
Man, okay.
What do where are you at on this, Frank? Are we going to still talk, or are you done with me now?
No. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. And, to me, I think he blew it from day one by calling it a hoax and not believing in the science. That kind of bothers me. Had he just, accepted the facts from the scientists and the doctors, we could have started our testing and quarantine a very, very long time ago, and I think we're probably better off had we done that. But now it's spilt milk.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, though.
Okay.
If there is a second wave, and I seriously believe there will be one.
Yes, me too.
During the election season, and do you think we should maybe, for safety precautions, have a total mail-in, presidential election? Just everyone mails in a ballot instead of standing in line.
Yes,
I think possibly exposed again. So
I think we should.
We could do that.
They can open up the country, but I'll be doing interviews from my home for at least another couple months. I cannot trust reopening, not with my health and my age. I have
I agree.
blood clots. I'm not gonna chant. I've got a blood clot in my lung. I'm not catching anybody else's virus because they didn't know who they were around.
I hear you. So I am of the opinion that our world has forever changed. We will never go back to normal because that is not going to happen. I have a feeling that more than likely the wearing of face mask has now become a part of our culture.
Yes.
And it will always be that way. That is never going away. And I don't know. We'll see. I have hope. I still believe. I have hope. But things will work out in the end.
I know. I've been wearing a face mask and I find out last night that it only is good 17%. And I'm like, why don't I just pick up a used prophylactic? Hello? Just a second. I got to get Frank back on the line. Hi, Frank. Somebody decided to call me right in the middle of that. No, don't call me. I got Frank James on the line. There. Somebody called with no caller ID. So I was thinking, can you hear me, Frank? Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, let me turn this up. Can you hear me now? I can't hear you. No, did you get a bar across your audio? When I got that phone call, it messed up the audio. Not very good, very low. Can you adjust your microphone? No, can I call you right back? Okay, just 1 second. Here we go. Don't call me when I'm on Facebook, you guys. Okay. All righty. I don't want to get a phone call. I don't want to get phone calls when I'm on FaceTime. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. There we go.
Okay, cool.
So, what's your favorite city to do comedy in, or your favorite club? I know we have Gladys Simon, my favorite comedy coach in common.
Yes. At Comic Strip Live in New York.
Yes.
That is my favorite spot on the planet.
Me too. Isn't it home? Yes. We're all like a big family.
Yes. I love performing there. It's a great venue. And Gladys is a sweetheart, so what can I tell you?
She is. And we lost Bob recently, you know.
Yes, I know. That was very, very upsetting.
Very. Yeah. Big.
Me and Bob would have conversations about our president, so kinda. He's a man was a man of conviction.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, he was. Person. Yes. Boy, I'll tell you, anybody that can talk to Bob about Trump and come out with an ego intact is doing well.
No, Bob's good people.
Yes.
He was.
Yes.
And I miss him.
I do too. Yeah. I remember him taking money at the door, you know. Mm-hmm. He always greeted people.
Yes.
Yep. So, how has the shutdown made you a better human, a better actor, or a better comic? Let's come out of this better off.
Okay, I have become a better drunk. Man, actually, it's a good thing sometimes because it helps you, forces you to just sit and be quiet, take in, outdoors, sit in a quiet place. I like to sit in my backyard on the patio, man, and just listen to the birds, feel the sun on my face, and thank God for our lovely planet.
Exactly.
It has made me, I think, a more thoughtful person, and I appreciate things a lot more now. Things you would take for granted, like a hug. A hug. Isn't it weird?
Totally.
I miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, things you take for granted all the time.
I know.
But now you have a greater appreciation for that. As for my acting, I don't know. Since I'm not doing anything, I feel like I'm getting rusty. Because if you have a craft, you have to continuously do it to at least stay in par with your normal game. But man, just sitting around not doing anything, I don't know. And
does your dog let you work out scenes? I do comedy for pigeons.
You do. I sometimes write jokes, and I try to on my family. They are a very tough audience, so I still do that every now and then. But actually, acting, it's hard to do anything. But jokes, I'm always on joke time. As for my family, I'm always on joke time.
That's so cool.
Two things have happened. I've noticed. The sale of alcoholic beverages has shot through the roof, and the weed man is making big profits. I've been told. That's a lot of weed, man. So I don't know. Maybe we should make that legal for the nation. Be a good time to do it because I'm sure a lot of people who never smoked weed before is probably smoking weed right now. Especially have kids who stay home or they have to, do in-home schooling. And, I don't know. Seems a little much. You can't get a little cabin fever. So in order to relax, I don't know, smoke weed, I guess.
Yes.
Shots of tequila. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
So if money was no issue and you could talk to anybody in the world the minute you get out, where would you go and who would you talk to, Frank?
Let's see. If money was not an object, I'd probably take a trip to Seattle to see Bill Gates.
Nice. What would you say?
Bill, give me the scoop on the finances, man. Tell me that I make some real money.
If you could go back in time and talk to anybody that was a comic or actor, who would it be, Frank?
Oh, it'd have to be Richard Pryor, man.
Oh, what would you say to him?
He was a genius. Give me some words of encouragement, man, to improve, my jokes. What's the secret?
Wow.
Tell me what that is.
Wow.
Exactly, because to me, he was a genius. When it comes to comedy, the man was a genius, but
he was. I love him.
Yes.
That's super dope. Super dope. That's awesome. I'm dope and woke and a little bit AF or something. Well, this has been so fun for me, Frank, getting to know you in front of my peeps. I have somebody's putting these on YouTube and iTunes and Spotify, so eventually it'll help your career.
Please, because, I like being a grave digger, but, sometimes I want to be the mortician. I'm just saying.
My grandfather went through World War II in Germany, and guess what he did during the whole war?
I don't know what.
Buried Jewish bodies.
Oh, wow, man.
And he was Jewish.
Man, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
No.
Oh,
Well,
that
and
was very hard. My God.
yeah, he didn't talk at all. My whole life, I never heard him say anything.
Wow.
Yeah,
I just did my wife did.
Is there anything you want to say before we go that maybe you want to tell a joke or a bit, or you want to encourage people with humor or something? Anything?
To all the folks out there, please stay safe, stay prayerful. Trust me, prayer does work. And believe me, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is still in control.
No matter what you think.
It seems that way, but believe me, He is. And we will get through this. No matter what, we're going to get through this. Just stay safe, be calm, and support your local comedians, because, you know, we're broke and Daddy needs coin. Just saying.
Let me say, while I have you on that topic, do you have a Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal you want to share with people?
Well, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm good. But I tell you what you can do, though. The next time when things are back to normal and you see me performing somewhere, please come. Your first drink is on me.
Wow.
You gotta laugh.
Wow. How cool is that? Do you have any videos out there that people can watch, rent, or buy to help you?
Actually, if you go to my YouTube channel, which is Comedian Frankie J, just go there and just have fun. Look around. I'm always keeping stuff on that channel, some jokes I do, and give me some feedback. Tell me what you think is funny and what's not. Just do that.
I'll do that today.
Thank you.
I'll encourage everybody on this post to go do it today too.
Yes, please do. And there's a lot of good jokes on there, so enjoy.
Don't steal them unless you have deep pockets.
Boom.
This guy's from DC. He's got attorneys. Thank you. Bye, Frank.
Yeah, man. That's right. And a crazy-ass president, so.
Thank you, Frank. I love you lots.
Oh, no, Linda, please, girlfriend. You know, the feeling is mutual. Stay safe, and we'll talk.
Thank you. Bye, Frank. Peace.
Peace.
That was awesome, Frank.
Sure.
Oops. I let you go. Sorry. I meant to let the Facebook go. What do I know?